go. You know what? Today, we're going to learn something brand new. And today, it's called about impulse control. You say impulse control? What is that? If we're going to learn about that, we're going to have to watch and see, okay? So what we're going to do today is we're going to learn how to bounce. And if I bounce, I love it, right? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to see who can tell me what happens if I throw this ball on the ground. Ethan?
It bounces right back.
Look at that. It bounces right back. And you know what? I'm smiling because this ball is a lot of fun, right? Now, what do you think is going to happen if I throw this egg on the ground? Connor?
It was flat.
Oh, let's see. Oh, on our bottoms, and we're going to look in a minute. It did. It went splat. Well, you know what, friends? That is what we're learning today. Do you know that everyone on our bottom has problems? Did you know that? Well, sometimes you don't like your lunch.
That is egg.
Sometimes maybe somebody, Liam, makes fun of you. Or you didn't get enough sleep. Or maybe you made a mistake on your schoolwork. Or you were asked to follow the rules and you thought you were following the rules. Or maybe somebody laughs at you, right? Everybody has problems. Now, when we have problems, we can choose to be like this bouncy ball and bounce back because it'll make us smile if we bounce back, right? Or we can choose to go splat like the egg when something bad happens. Now, let me tell you a little more about it. Bouncing back when you have a problem means that you do not let the problem get you down. You bounce back to being your awesome self. Because what?
We are awesome.
You're right. Now, going splat when you have a problem is like when you get stuck in your feelings. And no matter what, you can't get yourself to be happy. What we're going to do is we're going to look at some examples of how students bounce or splat when they have problems at school. Are you ready? Okay. Now, this is an example. One day, Miss Williams gave 2 of her students a reminder to stop talking and get to work. This is what she said. I need both of you to turn off your voices and focus on your work. Well, I wasn't talking, said James, and then he pouted. What did he do?
He splat.
He splat. That's right. Okay, said Miriam. And you know what? She just smiled and she went straight to work. What do you think she did? She bounced. You're right. Well, you know what? Here's the deal, my friends. You get to choose whether you bounce or you splat when you have a problem. No one else can make that decision for you. When we get upset, all we have to do is take those deep breaths and think, right? Remember, let's count to 5 and breathe in. And breathe out. Finish. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then I'm ready to think about what I'm going to do. Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to look at some examples of what children do in school if they have a problem, all right? And you are going to decide if they bounced or if they went splat. Now, if they bounced, you're going to pretend you're that bouncing ball. Are you ready? You're just going to go bounce and then sit right back down. If they splat, you're going to go splat. Are you ready? But just your hands. Splat. Okay, 1 minute. Let's watch. Here we go. All right, my friends. When you have a problem, you can Work out the problem with your friend and maybe shake hands and make up. What did they do? Would that be bounce or splat? Bounce! Bounce! That's right. Okay, have a seat. Here we go. You know what? If you have a problem, you can just tell yourself, you know what? I'm in control of me and my feelings. And then smile. Bounce. Good job. You're good at this. Okay, here we go. Listen to the next one. If you have a problem at school, you can start yelling and making noises. Definitely a splat, right? All right. If you have a problem, you could tell yourself, you know what? I can take a deep breath and say, I'm going to be okay. Bounce. Good job. Have a seat. If you have a problem, you can hide under your desk and splat. Yeah, that's a splat. Good job. Whoop, we forgot our bounce. Okay, last one. Listening ears. When you have a problem at school, you could just raise your hand and ask for help. What are you going to do? Bounce. Good job. Okay. Let's see who's ready. Now that you guys are pretty experts, have a seat, couple, on bouncing and splatting, I have an example for you. And I want to see what you would do in this situation. So it says you're going to talk with your partner. So look at your partner. Now, listen to Mrs. Grody super close. Here's the example. Are you ready? Okay, I'm going to wait. When somebody, you're going to pretend this happened. Let's pretend. Let's pretend. Someone cut in front of you in the line, and when you asked them to move back to their spot, they made a mean face at you. Now listen. Nope, just wait. How are you going to bounce back from that? What are you going to do? Talk to your partner. How would you bounce back from that? Nope. How are you going to bounce back? If somebody does that to you, how can you bounce back? What can you do? Yeah? What can you do? What are you going to do if somebody does that to you? How can you bounce back? Yeah? And what else? What else can you do? I like it. What can you say to them?
You could like, if
Think
you
about
were
it.
down,
You talk about it.
instead of getting sad, you could like
On our bottom
back
there.
to splat.
Ooh. All right, here we go.
Back to down.
So now we had a few friends that came up with some ideas. Let's see. Ethan, what did you come up with? Why don't you stand up? What did you say you would do? Want to tell your friends? If somebody did that to you and made a mean face at you, what would you do? Ooh, show us how you take that deep breath. And then what would you say to them? What do you think? What would you say to them? Noah? Huh? Oh, maybe if they made a mean face at you, are you going to say sorry? Or are you going to, what if they made the face at you though? Liam, what would you say? Are you thinking about it? How about Stella?
Say sorry.
Oh, maybe you could say, you know what? That wasn't very nice. You could probably say sorry to me. Are you going to get upset and splat? No, we're not going to get upset and splat about it, right? We can just say, you know what? That's not nice. You should get back into your spot. But let's still have a good day, right? All right, my friends, guess what? This is super important. Later today, we're going to have a STEAM challenge. And you guys are going to be working with your partner to make pig pens for our pigs out of blocks and sticks.
Uh-oh.
Now, listen to this. We are going to have to practice that impulse control. You know why? Sometimes our STEAM challenge works, and sometimes it doesn't. So I have to choose to do what? Bounce back if that challenge does not work. What if my friend and I don't agree? Then how do I choose to bounce back? How am I going to bounce back if my friend and I don't agree? Ethan? Work together, maybe? So Ethan says, how about we work together? Do you think that would be a way to bounce back? You're right. Because remember, my friends, the choice is always yours. That's right. Good job.